Oh, I do have to. Do I bloody have to, eh? Buongiorno everyone. It could be a good thing, I suppose. Fulham in 48 hours, St James's Park, 8 o'clock. Kick off less than 24 hours since the thrashing at Ellen Road, the embarrassment at Ellen Road. Newcastle have a chance to redeem themselves. Brucey and co have a chance to sort it all out, for now anyways. Wouldn't say all, bit of an exaggeration. Just to sort it out, sort the performances on the pitch, get a result on the board before the bigger games come in a week or so's time. Another game at home to a newly promoted side, one where we've got to be looking at getting 3 points. No excuses. Will we though? Nah. Sorry everyone, but the negativity continues because I'm a realist, not a pessimist. Realist. And I honestly think Newcastle will get beat this week. I'm going to get straight in. We're diving straight in. Deep end sentence. Can't breathe, can't swim, just like Bruce can't manage. A couple of reasons why Newcastle are going to lose on Saturday. One is that Scott Parker has a philosophy, an identity, tries to play football in a certain way and uses tactics. Bruce, on the other hand, doesn't do any of those things. None of them. Self-proclaimed, doesn't use tactics, and he's been at Newcastle, a year and a half now, maybe not more. No identity. Work in progress. Work in bollocks. Nothing's changed. Heavy defeats all the time. Capitulation. That's the worrying thing. We had capitulations in the seasons gone by of John Carver, Steve McLaren, seasons we've got relegated, and that's what we've had at Newcastle. Last night at Ellen Road, at home this season to Man United. Games where we're in it, 5 minutes to go and we end up getting battered. You look at that scoreline, you haven't watched the game, you tune into that, you think, oh, got battered there. In truth though, we did. In many games this has happened. That's why one of the videos I did last night, I put the clip out on our social medias, and it's in the full match review, you haven't seen it, is, this result was long time coming under Steve Bruce. Because week in, week out, we have 30% possession. Week in, week out, our goal gets peppered. Week in, week out, we don't really have shots on target. Put 2 and 2 together, what the fuck do you expect to happen, really? So we finally got a thrashing, and it won't be the last of the season. Guaranteed it will not. But like I said on Saturday night, Scott Parker, ex-Newcastle United captain Scott Parker, brings his Fulham side to tune, and they'll start on the front foot. They will start on the front foot. Parker, I think, is a decent up-and-coming manager. There are a few games unbeaten now, back-to-back draws, albeit one of them against Liverpool, in which they should have won. They should have been 3-0 up at half-time. If you didn't watch that game, I watched it live, and honestly, they should have been 2-3-0 up at half-time. Easy. They were unlucky not to get 3 points in that game. They'll definitely still take a point at home to the champions. So, and then they drew last night. I actually didn't see that game, obviously, too busy with the Newcastle stuff. Unfortunately, I wish I had done a Fulham watch along instead. Well, probably didn't actually, I think it was 0-0. But again, not a defeat, building confidence there at Fulham. Scott Parker trying to play football the right way. Got some really good players, Adam Luckman, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, one we should have definitely got on loan, Loftus-Cheek. Nguisa, really good midfielder there, centre of the park, someone Newcastle would be desperate for at the minute. He would start in our team perfectly, the graft he does. And then let's be honest though, at the back, absolute shit. Absolute bollocks. I mean, to be fair, the one goal in the last couple of games they've conceded, and that was against Liverpool. But when you look at their team, the defenders on paper, the goalkeeper, don't rate it at all. We should get at them though. This is what the problem is. If it was any half-decent manager, if Scott Parker was in our dugout and he said, oh, Brucey's Fulham's coming to town, would win by 2 or 3-0. That's what it should be. About 3-1. That's what the scoreline in essence should be for Newcastle. It should be a comfortable home win, nice and attacking, nice and attractive. But no, it won't be. It'll be pessimistic. Fulham will come at us. You'll think Fulham on the bloody home side. They'll turn up in the banana yellow kit and come to town doing bits. I'm telling you now, it's going to happen. I'm telling you now. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I was looking forward to the Leeds game. I said that in the preview. I said it'd be a high-scoring game, but I didn't think we'd get embarrassed like that. Fulham, though, telling you that I'll have them flying out the blocks. They did it against Liverpool. They'll do it here. They'll get the first goal. We may nick one back, but I think we'll get beat 2-1. I do, which is embarrassing and shite to say, but that's where it is now. The club and Bruce and Mike Ashley and the way we're playing football. I'll be so pleasantly surprised, and I'll love to hold my hands up and say I got it wrong after the game if that's the case, and say what should be the case of us higher in possession, us creating more chances, us scoring more goals, us Newcastle United, the home side against Fulham, getting the win. I can't say it. I can't say it. If you look at the thumbnail there, you've got Andy Carroll and Mitrovic. Put them to him because, I mean, is it time for Newcastle to try something different? You know, we've got Joe Linton up there, whose whole play's been good, but his assist Almiron last week was very good. But you've got Wilson up there, you've got Gale who came off the bench again the other day, quiet last night, but got the winner a few days ago against West Brom. I just think mix it up because the games are coming thick and fast now that you don't want to lose fatigue and you players through injury. So obviously we see Ryan Fraser come in last night, was class I thought. You've got Almiron who was rested on the bench. Is it time to go for a different outlet? Surprise a team because we're so predictable. Chuck Andy Carroll on. Like I said, Fulham have got some big defenders, but Carroll up there out muscling, play them at that game. Set pieces, make more set pieces. We had fucking 2 corners or something last night, especially at the time of Clark's goal, and we scored. That's what I mean. Get at these defences, get at these defenders. We show teams way too much credit. That's what Brucey does. That's why we've never got a chance against the big boys. We'll look at what Parker did against Liverpool. Went for it, got a point, should have got a win. We barely go for it against fucking relegation sides, man. I don't know if I would put in Carroll, but I'd definitely bring him off the bench. He looked raging that he didn't even get a chance to come off the bench tonight, so he may come off the bench and finally score and have a point to prove. I've been putting that fucking bet on since he came out of the club actually to score a goal. He still hasn't scored for it. Not since fucking 2010. He hasn't scored in this past a decade nearly. And Mitrovic, who actually hasn't been starting for Fulham. Not sure if he started last night. Like I said, I didn't see the game, but a few games before that he's been on the bench. I think he had a little knock or whatever. He hasn't been playing too much. Hasn't featured much. Missed a penalty early on in the season. Scored a couple of goals early on in the season. Against Leeds actually. But having a point to prove. But I don't think there'll be that much incentive for him without fans being there and stuff. But you'll definitely do it for the cameras. It's on Sky Sports obviously. I don't know, we'll wait and see, but like I say, just this game, I'm just not looking forward to it. Just how can you look forward to a game after we've just been beat 5-2 off a newly promoted side in Leeds? Like, I said they're a good side and everything in the preview, but that was embarrassing, man. I mean, you look at that goal where Alioski and all the rest of them are just lining up to put it to him. Got a feel for the likes of Caldolo, feel for the likes of Carl Wilson at the other end, isolated, battling his arse off, grafting, shrugging people off the ball, knee one around him. That's got to change this weekend. Got to change. Got to change formation. Put a 4-2-3-1 in there, a 4-3-3, and go for the game. Go for the win. Because after this, it gets real sticky. Brentford in the Cup next week. I don't even want to talk about that yet. And then Man City on Boxing Day, is it? Liverpool after that. Leicester. Write-offs. All of them are absolute write-offs. So it's crucial that Newcastle get 3 points here. Because in those couple of games, in and after Christmas, building up the new year, if we don't win, that table's going to start really, really coming down and it's not going to look pretty for Newcastle. So beat the teams around it, try and stay up there. You know, Aldice is back now. Going to do his usual. You know, that's why he gets paid millions of pounds for a little contract. He'll keep them up. So there's a, you know, the relegation zone's going to hot up. We do not want to be in the mix. Cheers for watching everyone. Subscribe to my channel TV. Put your comments below what you think the score's going to be in this game. All that. Like the video, and we'll see you on Saturday night for a live watch along. Enjoy yourselves.